What's up, everybody? This is That Brown Bat here for, I don't know what you want to call it. It's a video, and I haven't made one of these in a hot minute. So here's the hot minute. All right, so what do you see here? You see a map. All right, so you know the project I've been working on, and I scrapped it. So this is going to be a long video. Click out now if you don't want to watch a long video, right? Only stay if you are obsessed with watching long videos. Okay. So this is not a tutorial video. This is a update video on this project. So this is the map of the 1980s Nintendo game Castlevania. And this is what I've been trying to do. Basically, you get your entrance way, right? And then you go into the castle, and then you have the main hall, which is ridiculously long. And then all of a sudden, where am I? I don't know. It's a different room. And in order to get across this area right here, see where there's a bat? All right. So you go down here and you can, there's a glitch where you can jump and have the bat knock you back. And then you don't have to go down in the sewer or whatever this room is. By the way, don't forget your chicken or turkey or pork chop, whatever the instructions call it. You go down in the sewer or whatever it is. It really doesn't refer, I don't think it tells you. Anyway, there's a bunch of fishmen down there. And in Rondo of Blood, actually, there's, you can go in here. There's a room in here. And I mean, Rondo of Blood was years after this. But you get a key up here. And if you manage to keep the key, and then you go down there, that's where you unlock Maria. Okay? And by the way, no, I did not watch the Netflix series. I'm fed up with, let's see, I watched the first one, and I watched the second one, the original, you know, when they did Trevor, if you were into that on Netflix. But at third one, did I watch third one? I can't remember now if I watched third one or not. Definitely did not watch the fourth one, and I did not watch this new one, which I guess you would call it fifth. I don't know. Too many F-bombs. Just unnecessary, and references, and I don't like how they just. I don't like what they do. I don't like it. But that just because I don't like the direction that modern media is taking something doesn't mean that you have to throw the entire franchise out of the water. hint Marvel. hint Star Wars. So my purpose of this is the dilemma on why things take forever when it comes to Castlevania in Disney Infinity, because I have this mindset that I want things to be not necessarily exact, because there's leeway and variations of my personal preference versus an artist's personal preference. The thing is, no artist aside from the games has put out a map that's coherent. Anyway, you go back through this room. I know it's 2D, but all right, remake a game that's 2.5. If you don't know what I'm talking about or an idea of what I'm talking about, there's a game on PC, if you're a PC gamer, Red Wolf Diaries. It's very janky, but the idea behind it is cool. Let me load it up for you. Okay, so you have minimal rotation, so you can see how the game level is. It's they definitely didn't fill everything in, but that's fine. But how you have the foreground somewhat visible. That's what I've been trying to do in Disney. That's what I've been trying to do in Disney Infinity for like ever, right? Well, not forever, but since as long back as I can remember. All right, so I'm not going to play through this. So the next thing I've been trying to do or incorporating is, you've seen in other videos in Octopath Traveler. Let's load up the second one so I don't have to encounter any enemies. Okay, of course, it's the same format. It's side scroller, but more like 2.5D. But most classic RPGs were like this, and that's probably why I like that. I don't like how the camera gets in your way, and you don't have to worry about it if you don't rotate it. Anyway, so that's what I've been basing everything on. Is games like that. And unfortunately, because of the amount of 3D graphics for everything in Disney Infinity for assets, you're limited in what you can put on. And you have a maximum of 10 toy boxes to link together. The problem is when you jump from toy box to toy box on the PC version, I think in the PC version, you run more of a risk of the toy box breaking when you go in and, you know, change levels continuously, especially if you have path graders. And I don't know, I've had that problem on PS4. You know what, I'm just going to do Alt-Tab because it's weird how you close that game out. Alright, so back to Castlevania. So when you're done with the first level, you go to the Royal Chapel, which I don't think had its name until Symphony of the Night. I could be wrong. But in Symphony of the Night, when you leave here, you go to the courtyard. And then this is in a different location. So that's the problem. So that's the issue with me. Is, all right, here's a tower. The chapel's upstairs on top of the main entrance. Not a big deal. Somebody actually made a map. Let's see, is this big enough? This is kind of summary. Here's a big map. I don't know if we can zoom in. Or how's this one? That is Minecraft. So here, the bottom half is Castlevania 1. The top half, I believe, is a conglomeration of the map of Transylvania, a combination between Castlevania 2 and 3. Which, okay, but a lot of times they depict the castle on top of a mountain. Here it's in the middle of the lake. Whatever, I'm not worried about that. That's a discussion for another day. So it looks like here's the tower. And you climb up. You don't climb all the way up. Only part to go over through another tower. But see where it doesn't make sense. So what is it? A hallway, and this tower is just there for show. And then there's this long staircase. You go up like that, and you go over. Now the other thing is in Disney Infinity, the staircases are more of a long angle. Whereas the staircases needed to do an accurate Castlevania need to be at a steep angle. And you can't use the steep ramp. You can't walk up the steep ramps in Disney Infinity. So that's a no-go. So it takes up more space than what's needed. So when you put ladders or stairs in there, if you're going to make an accurate first floor, level 1 of Castlevania, it's going to be double the size as normal. Of course, then you're going to run out of space quicker because what you're doing, you're compensating for all those ladders or staircases, which don't make sense because why in the world would you have a staircase in the middle of a floor? So they got rid of those in Symphony of the Night, and onward, you don't see ladder or staircases like that. All right, so you make it through the church where Medusa is, whatever. Okay, and you make it through the church, and now you're on the ramparts, and then you go through, and then the connecting bridge goes to a tower. That's pretty much a trap. You beat the mummies, and then you go all the way down to the mines. All right, so you clear the mines, and you climb all the way up, and then you are in the courtyard, which, again, in Symphony of the Night, the courtyard was down here, but now you're in the courtyard up here. Then the next level, you're on the a basement, which at the end of that level, you're going to fight Frankenstein. And some sources say Igor or Igor, and others say he's a flea man, so I don't, a hunchback or whatever. The same hunchbacks that were riding these the birds over here in the courtyard, or the birds were dropping them or whatever. They were also what level was it? They were also up here in the well, they're either dilapidated towers or the ramparts. I like to call them ramparts because like you're on the roof and everything else is in the background, even though there's staircases that go to nowhere and platforms that go to nowhere. Regardless. All right, so you beat Frankenstein, and then all of a sudden you were in the torture chamber. So all these areas here seem like they should be underground, but whatever. Dracula is a sadistic person. And then you go through the torture chamber and the guard quarters, and then all of a sudden you're in an art gallery, and Grim Reaper hangs out in the art gallery. And then when you're done there, somehow you make it to the top of this tower. See, there's no transition. There's no rhyme or reason why you got where to how you got where. But you come out of here, this tower here, so somehow you got from here to here, and then you're going across another bridge that connects this tower to the clock tower, and you get in the clock tower, and again, birds and hunchbacks, or flea men, or whatever you want to call them, and it's a real pain in the butt. And yeah, you're inside a clock tower, which doesn't make sense as far as the real-life clock towers don't have stairs and gears like this does, but whatever, it's a video game, right? Then you get out of there and you go up this floating keep, which for all intents and purposes actually looks like it could have been part of this tower right here, and that's where Dracula is. Okay. That's fine and dandy, except for sequels to the game added awesome levels and rooms. So my dilemma is, where am I going to put all these awesome rooms? Because you think that's bad. The most complete map we get of Castlevania with all the stuff is Symphony of the Night. It seems like all the other maps after that, they don't give you graphical details. So let me find Symphony of the Night here. Where is it? Symphony of the Night. Oh, by the way, the game before that, Rondo of Blood. No, that doesn't show me a map. That is all broken apart, so that's not even that's not Rondo of Blood is not a castle. That's probably worse than anything, because there's a boat there, or there's a ship that, how did I go from going to the castle, all of a sudden I'm on a ship? And that is not coherent at all. Or it's not cohesive. It doesn't link together. Alright, so let me find one of these maps that are like full size. This one says labeled. I must have labeled this. Yes. Alright, so somebody put this together, and I'm guessing after they put this together, and any Castlevania games after this, they said, because they don't all... This is the last one that I could find that actually has the stages in here where you can see them linked together. The other ones I can't find like that. So in this one, you actually have the entranceway. Then you go through the hallway. Then again, you have it. This is a reimagined room of what I call the sewers. And continue the hallway. And then you have the middle courtyard, which I wrote middle courtyard on, so you really can't see it in here. But anyway, what I'm getting at is this stuff doesn't line up. I mean, you look where the Royal Chapel is, and yeah, they put it back upstairs, but it doesn't make sense. And as far as what a castle is. The library is somewhere up here. Is it in a tower? I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand. To me, it doesn't make sense. I know it's a game. It doesn't have to make sense. But if I'm making something in Disney Infinity, I want it to make sense. Does that make sense? I hope so. That's my dilemma. So, let me open up Disney Infinity and show you what's... Well, before I do that, let me go back to... No. This is the map I was using when I started, and I'm like... It was getting too big. I was trying to include everything, and you've seen pretty much level 1 the way I had it. And I'm adding all this stuff, and it was cool, but there was no way I could make it through the entire castle in one Disney Infinity build the way I was going. So I had to cut things down. And this is my final map. I'm not done yet. This is what you're going to see, and hopefully it'll be done by the 31st, because that's when it's going to be posted. That's when I'm scheduled to post it for the October Fall Fest Disney Infinity specials. And so I have pretty much everything below these, which is cool. So even if I have... Well, I don't have all the basement part. I think that's filler. So even if I have to do 3 different toy boxes to link them, I guess I can do that. I haven't had any size related crashes yet. So let me show you where I'm at. And this has gotten... And I know I said no more mega builds, right? It's time consuming. That's the problem. So let me give you some concepts here before I get right into it, because this might be the only time I ever show this off, because they're just practice runs of how in the world I'm going to get this to work. I might utilize this as an outdoor. The reason I want to cram all the castle into one level is because if I'm going to do an overworld, then I want to make sure I have enough room for the overworld, is what I'm getting at. Okay. So it's all in 2D perspective. All right. So I had enter the gate. I have the stable area, horses. Then go through here, and then I have a small residential area. Then you go up in the next level, and then I had nothing. It's just a transition to the next part. Oh, it's cemetery. It's a small cemetery. All right. So and then I went up to the next, and now you have your cathedral area, right? And then the final part in the castle gates, I had the actual castle. So you'd go in here, and it would change the level to the side scroller. And again, this is just temporary. It's to might give you an idea of how to do something, Let's see if I can zoom out. Because I don't think you just go in the castle walls and all of a sudden, oh, I'm in the front entrance. Because I wanted to put a small village in there. And cathedral. Churches or whatever. That Gothic feel, whether it's used for good or bad. If it's used for bad, of course, Castlevania is not used for good. Then you have to go in there and destroy it because they're bad. Dracula's bad. He's very bad. Anyway, so this is I don't know, you call it work in progress. And let me see. All right, now I had a clip of this that's being built here. This is the build that I was doing the tutorials on, and then I got to the point where, you know what, I'm not going to post any more of this because as far as part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, I wasn't going to post any more in succession because, number 1, I was having glitches that I didn't know how to fix them. Number 2, I would get to points where I wasn't sure what I was going to do next. So there was a lot of trial and error. Build it, tear it apart, build it, tear it apart. And the other thing was, I said, why do I have to leave spaces in between these? Let me map this out and hook them all together. Where it's just one piece where I could just eliminate these blocks and have everything up here. So this block would act as this block. So it'd be one block in between them. All right, cool, right? All right. But then I'm like, where do I go now? Because what I wanted to do was copy Mirror of Fate, which showed this door open. You couldn't go through it, but it showed the courtyard. The problem was, over here was the courtyard that they showed over here when that door opened. Again, nothing that actually makes sense in the realm of I can't think of the word that what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure. Cohesiveness. But here's the deal. All right, so I had some people line up or come out, or friends, AI friends, right? And this is a while ago, but I did show a clip, I think, of this, and 70 people seen it. So, of course, YouTube's not pushing my stuff. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. I made a video talking about it, but I was so not in an uplifting mood. I decided not to post it because it was very negative against the powers that be and all that. And whatever. It is what it is. Plus, I was going through scenario. See, now you beat those. Now the gate opens. And I was going through a scenario where my car... See, we're in October. And October 31st, my inspection runs out. No way my car is going to pass inspection. They can't fix it. It's rust. Rust is bad. Rust is no good. The thing is, and if you live in New York State, harsh winters, and they salt the roads. Okay? By the way, I decided to do this. You'll see it later in the update. Because there's no real room here. I just was trying to put things because you have those stairs. I'm like, well, I have to have stairs because Castlevania has stairs. Anyway, New York State, they salt the roads in the wintertime. And that's good because it gets rid of the snow. But it ruins vehicles. Big time. Alright, so these guys cannot go through the... They won't teleport on a to a checkpoint. So they'll follow me part way. All right, you're going to see the evolution of these. The next one, when I load up my current build of this. Don't you wish you could actually... I mean, you can rig this so when you open it, weapons come out, but it doesn't really come out. They just appear. But that's beside the point. So I had to come up with another way to get a vehicle because, yeah, so here is the gate, and we can take care of the gate here. Beat the group boss. So another way to get a vehicle would be what? Oh, I didn't finish the story. So I took it to the repairman, and they kept the car for a week and wouldn't call me. Alls I wanted to know, can you fix this? Is it possible? I don't think it is. I think it's too bad. They kept it for a week and they wouldn't give me a call back. So I was getting upset, and they had a weird reason. I was right. The car is beyond repair. So here's one of the glitches. You see it got brighter? I have that to do nothing to the sky changer. For some reason, it decided to change it to a different sky no matter what I did. So I had to change it to hook it up to a replayer. So after 2 seconds, it would turn it back. I have no idea why. But, all right, so I had that in there. I beat Groot. And now there's a key that shows up. So then I get the key. Unlock the door. Right. Now there's nothing down here except area. But yeah, I was going to set something up. All right, so I unlock a character that I can now use, which is going to require logic on my part to think. But I think the most part is here's the areas. If you played the game, you'll remember the area, just not in this particular place. So this is where Shaft was conducting some ritual, and Richter saves Maria. So anyway, they tell me we can't replace the car. They actually did an oil change, didn't charge me for it. They charged me $21 to do the inspection, which it failed, but they have to charge you anyway. And which I'm fine with. But they did a full, complete in and out analysis of the car. And last time I had that done in this vehicle, it cost me $100, and they didn't charge me for it. Which, hey, I'm glad. That is so awesome I didn't get charged for it. They charged me $21. When if I was in upstate New York, I would have been paying $100 for the whole thing. So yeah, nothing got created out here except where you last saw it, if you were watching. And then here, the plan was to go upstairs, which I didn't begin, and start making the level to the church. What got me thinking was, all right, so I'll go out here and then make a door out here, and then this will take me to the courtyard, this will take me to the church. So I'm like, all right, what about this door out here? Is this going to take me to the backyard? Where's this going to take me? So if this takes me to the courtyard out back, and I'm going to teleport myself to the right, again, to my mind, that doesn't make sense. To a platformer, they don't care. I care. So I'm not, I guess you wouldn't call me a true platformer. I want things to line up. All right. So that's that for this. All right. So anyway, I just pulled my money together. And I have to get a car, right? Because after the 31st, I can't drive. So all this is happening while I'm trying to build this. So this is really bothering me because you need a car. I need transportation, and this isn't. I don't live in an area where you just grab a taxi. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen one taxi in the 2 years I've been down here. I'm sure in Austin or in the heart of Dallas that's a thing, but not here. Not in Hazlitt. You need a car. So I find one on Carfax. And I went and checked it out, and it's about ready to break down. So, no. Find another one on Carfax. And I don't have the barriers out here yet, so I figured I'd put those in last since Disney Infinity seems to give you problems when you put barriers in, so I want to do that last. So if there's any issues putting them in with the game crashing, I don't have to worry about anything else. I can just reload it. So this is how far I got. So I have 2 towers to do plus the throne room. Thing is, with the towers, I don't know what to put in them. I mean, I know what to put in them. I'm trying to make sense of it. So I got one on the far right, I'm thinking art gallery, going all the way up. And the middle one, and I'm thinking I want it to look like some creepy hospital. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm getting this hospital out of the parts we have for Disney Infinity. Unless I'm just going to put beds everywhere. I want it to look like a hospital, not to tell you this is a hospital. You know what I mean? You should be able, like over here, you'll see it up close later on. When we get up close, I shouldn't have to tell you what this is. You should be able to figure this out, right? You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to tell you what this is right here. This room, these rooms. You should be able to figure it out. So if I have to tell you what something is, that means I didn't do that good of a job in making it. Unless it's something obscure that nobody's ever heard of, I can understand that. I wanted that to be a fountain. I just had to theme all because of everything else that I was putting in here. But anyway, let's go to the beginning here. So anyway, find another car. I should be playing Toy Box Speedway if I'm telling you about cars, right? So make a deal. $6,000. I said, you know what? I'm going to pay cash for it. I'm not rich, but I'm not taking out a loan for $6,000. So make the deal, everything. Found a couple things wrong with it. They're going to fix it for free. This is at a dealership, right? So they're going to fix it for free. So they fix it for free. There's an engine light. All right, going to take care of it in the garage. Fix it for free. And, right? Well, I test drove it. I said there's a noise in the back coming from the wheels. Something with the tires. I don't know what it is. I've heard noise like that before. Is it? I swear I fixed this. Anyway, maybe I didn't. Maybe I forgot. So, all right, we'll check it out and then we'll fix it. No charge. So I sign all these papers. Get the insurance on the vehicle because you have to have insurance on a vehicle before you buy it. Where's my key? Why isn't this playing a key? All right, something got messed up with the recorders. That happens. It's one of the things I don't like about that. There's a bug that if you keep using recorders, or replayers, I should say, eventually one of the replayers is going to make another replayer play. And then when you record it and you clear it, and you just keep doing things like that with the other one on play, and it shouldn't be on play, it's going to delete it. So, of course, I'm going to have to come back to this. There's a key that's supposed to come down here and unlock this. That's what it's stupid because up until a couple saves ago it was working. Whatever. Those are one of the things that you need to do it last. Don't do it before you're ready to come into the final build because you'll get that problem. So here is just a smaller version of Rescue Maria. I gotta fix that ball and chain there and hook it to the wall. Might not want too crazy in the... I guess. I'll leave them there. And this actually loops around to another place. And I don't know if I'm going to have a loop around. I think I'm going to get rid of the loop around. But these are how the stairs work. So, Login Productions, if you're watching, the spiral staircase might work better for you this way. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about anything. So basically what I have is I have a hook to trigger area that teleports you. So that's it, right? So I know those things are a pain, right? So here's the kitchen. So they take the car out. I got to do something with that door. Maybe get rid of it. I don't know. And here's the refectory. It's just a place where servants eat. Who would have thought? I never would have thought that would be a name for it. It's a dining hall. It's a dining hall for servants. Yeah, I like that. Just, oh! I am Thor. I can fly. All right. So, so they take it out. They fix it. They have to go through inspection, so they have to drive it 50 miles in order to pass inspection. Did I take you up here yet? I don't think so. Maybe yes, I did. But anyway, this is how the sewers are a little bit different than before. Let me just come out here. So the idea is the caverns are to link all the way through. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough space in this toy box to do that. I hope so. I hope so. It's hard to tell when you take the limit, when you do the limit hack and you remove it. It's hard to tell what you're going to be able to do and what you're not going to be able to do, because certain toys work better with the mod than other toys. So I don't know why, what, and what's why, but it is what it is. You just have to experiment. So some kind of boss battle here. I don't know what yet. I want to put a bat in here, but guess what? Stitch don't fly. So you go up from here, and I think it takes me to the castle. Yep. So here's a balcony. Yeah, of course I can jump off the balcony, go to the courtyard if I wanted to, but oops, I didn't want to get off that. So we're in the church. I had to put a pipe organ in here. I actually forgot that they were in there, or that was in there, but it is. And the confessional. There's nowhere else for to put it this small, but I'm like, if you played Symphony of the Night, you know there's a confessional in there. You definitely wouldn't put it right there in front of the, I don't know. Weird. It's where it is. So you beat Medusa. I don't know how I'm going to have Medusa in here. My Jabba the Hutt, I guess. Alright, so now I'm in the ramparts. Right. Now there's going to be a lot of barriers that are going to go in here, so I don't know how I'm going to, if that's going to work or not. I hope it is. Alright, so what's down here? Alright, so one of the ways into the library. So this is the top floor of the library. So I jump off the balcony. Right, so in the courtyard. Bottom floor. Now I can't get rid of the Z fighting. These bookshelves don't stack nicely on top of each other when you bring them into the exterior. And you know how I don't like Z fighting, but This is the only way I could figure it out. I found textures for books. I can't find the normal map. So since I can't find the normal map, I didn't mod anything to be book texture. You know, like using it, like coat the wall and change it to book. That'd be cool, but I haven't found a normal map for it, so just using these. And of course, because we're in 2D, we don't have to worry about seeing the toys or whatever's on the back side of the shelf. I did try to make sure that I used only one bookshelf to not make to only have to limit myself on memory, because the more the variety of toys, the more variety you have of pieces, the more memory in a whole, or in the long run, it's going to take. All right, so here, of course, is where the librarian would sit.
He's Conan the Librarian.
Can you tell me where I can find a book on astronomy?
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
You're going to see a condensed version of this without me telling when it's done, without me telling you the car story. So this is the car story video. So anyway, car breaks down. They don't call me back. I call them. What's going on? Why won't you call me back? And he says, oh, the car broke down when we had to take it out to pass inspection. So we can try to fix it, but we got a new car in, because that's what they do. They get new cars in on a regular basis, and then they sell them. They put them on Carfax and all the other online traders, and so somebody can see them. And then this, that, and the other thing. They said it costs more. It's a better vehicle. It's a newer vehicle, and it's a I don't need to tell you what this is. If I do need to tell you what this is, I did not do a good job. I'll tell you that right now. All right, so you can go up either way, left to right. Now here, of course, you have like the VIP box. I couldn't get that to look any better than what it does. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to leave that there like that, and nobody will ask. All right. So I said, all right, let's drive up. Let's check it out. Check this car out. It's a Nissan Armada. So I'm looking up potential problems for a Nissan Armada 2011. And didn't see too many things wrong for that year that had to do with game breakers. I'm like, all right, let's take it, test drive it. Test drove fine. Made the deal. Sat in the, Saturday I was there for almost all day checking the vehicle out. Now this one I might have to tell you what it is, seeing as how we don't always have rooms like this. But you might be able to figure it out. But anyway, it's a ballroom. All right. I'm not saying I did a bad job on this. It's just ballrooms aren't your typical things that we go to. Me, anyway. I might be able to figure it out. I don't know. It's one of those things. Could I figure it out? What do I do here? I just put coat racks, even though we can't really tell that they're coat racks. Like that. Yeah. I have to tell you what this is. Disney Infinity had to tell me what these were. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to figure it out. So I don't think they did a good job on the coat rack or the hat racks, to be honest with you. So I don't know what else to do here. I'm thinking about taking that out and putting I don't know, it's a table and chairs in there. All right, so then up here, did I get this? Yeah. All right, so art gallery. But according to my map for the tower, if I'm going to have a tower of art gallery, I got to do this 3 more times. And which is cool and everything. And I can do that. I mean, it does look cool. I mean, have to admit. Have to admit. All right, so I go up to the next level. And nothing, because that's as far as I got. And I think I have less than 10 days now to complete this. Yeah, but that's where I'm at, and that's the story behind it. I was recording this up to probably here. I'm like, you know what? Every single one of these rooms has the same concept on how it's built. I'm not going to chronicle me trying to figure it out, because I went through the process of me trying to figure out what I'm doing. Some of you might like that, but you're a rare breed. Yeah, I am not, time is very important, I'm finding. And I'm not getting into something that is... Look, I know y'all Star Wars fans, but I'm going to quote Star Trek. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. All right, that's all I'm going to say regarding that. So I'll do probably a tutorial, or something on how do I build the room. But I'm not building this entire castle and doing voiceover and editing it. No. Absolutely, positively not. I'll take you on a tour of what I did and explain what I did if I think it's of utmost importance, but other than that, I'm not doing a tutorial on the whole thing, especially when all the rooms are the same. And the other thing is, you've already seen me do the concepts behind these rooms. So anyway, yes, this is put in the playlist for the Castlevania build. Oh, did I finish the car? Yes, I did. Told you about the car. Got the car. So finally got the car the other day. Drives good. It's like I said, it's a Nissan Armada. It's pretty big. But anyway, let me know what your favorite room is thus far. Mine's the theater. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Is it the library, the theater, the ballroom, the art gallery, which is going to be Art Tower? Oh, up here. Did I tell you what was going to go up stairs of the on top of the library? I know I was in there, but I don't think I told you what's going to go on there. So anyway, that is going to be the equivalent of where the mummy... Are you my mummy? Of where the mummy boss fight took place. I think that's gonna make sense. And then you'll be able to go out here and continue on to one of the rooms with the art gallery, or go down this staircase, which doesn't exist yet, and that'll take you down. My plan is down here, I think directly down underneath that. Oh, I can delete these. That'll take you directly down here, and that'll connect to these. If I have enough room in the toy box to do the underground. Otherwise, we're not going to do that. The other... I'm trying to think. I don't think there's another thing that I can do. The other thing, yeah, I might just, I don't know. I'm not going to say, because I don't know. I don't know. I'll get rid of these path creators here. Anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments what your favorite room is that you've seen. What one do you think is the most innovative? And until the, if I don't see you by October 31st, then enjoy the, enjoy your vacation away from me. But just know that, yeah, I've been hard at work on this. Very hard. As a matter of fact, let me save it here. All right, so let me show you the raw footage here. Not all of it, but let me see how many videos I got. 20 videos of no uncertain length, they're not all the same length. So we have this one. The first one is 2 hours, then 2 hours and 30 minutes, then 1 hour, 12 minutes, 26 minutes, an hour and a half, 27 minutes, an hour and a half, 2 hours and 10 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 34 minutes, I'm just estimating, 45 minutes, 37 minutes, 41 minutes, an hour and a half, 45 minutes, 41 minutes, and 32. So how far did I get before I stopped recording? So the ballroom, putting in the staircase. Yeah, so that's a lot of, that is a lot. So yeah, no more tutorials like that. It's crazy. Plus, you think that I just want to do that? Nuts. I gotta sit back and relax and do something else. When fun becomes work, it's no longer fun. Yeah, I bought Portal Knights. Haven't installed it yet. But you build in this game, and see, when I had it on PS4, I'm like, this game is dumb. That was years ago. So now I'm looking at it, I'm like, this game looks like it has potential. So maybe it does. I don't know. But eventually I might want to try my hand at that. I don't see a big community for it. There might be a big community. But I don't see a lot of people doing anything on it. But was this in Portal Knights? I'm looking at what people... Is this Portal Knights? Did somebody do this in Portal... I can't open it. What was this done in? What is this? I mean, it's tagged under Portal Knights, so I'm guessing this was done in Portal Knights. Are you kidding me? Y'all know I build stuff, and the only thing people could recommend is Roblox. And there's another thing. I think Roblox has come a long way. But I think Roblox is all online, I think, isn't it? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you can do this stuff, are you kidding me? Yeah, the only reason I never got into Minecraft was because I don't like the look of the characters. Portal Knights, I mean, that's fine. I mean, they actually have eyes and nose, or they don't have noses, but they have mouth, and they wear clothes, distinguishable clothes, and they have different weapons. So I want to try that out. Yeah, if you can build castles with that and play around and fight stuff, yeah, I'm there. Providing it doesn't take forever and a day to learn it. You know, Disney Infinity was fairly easy. Half the stuff I learned was on accident, right? You learn one thing on accident, then you learn 5 other things legit. So, or I don't know if that came out right, but anyway. I am going to let you go now. And, not sure what note we're going to leave on. Let me...
Oh, crap! It's Batman! Get his...
So anyway, keep on building.